Okay, so let's see what I can do. Okay, well, someone said that this was really, really fun. So, you know, thanks for that. Thank you. Hello and welcome back to Blood and Smoke. And indeed, look at what we got going on here. We've got this wonderful river in the middle of this battlefield, and this is going to be exceptionally good for us if we actually make our way over there relatively fast and don't let the opponent take advantage of it first. So, if we can... Oh, wait a minute. Oh, look at our cannoneers. They're literally just firing off straight away here. And indeed, have you seen my helmet, by the way? My helmet's got these dangly bits on the side. Very cool, actually. Very cool to see that. That's not something that you usually see. So, pretty fun. Otherwise, let's see if I can... There we go. Yep. I knew that guy was going to try to shoot me, so I was like, yeah, you know what? Just take this bomb. Thank you very much. Sounds like a good idea. Oh, well, that one missed. Yes. We'll see. We'll see if we can... Oh, yeah. There we go. I do need to level up my crossbow skill a whole bunch more, so what I will try to do is I will try to... Yeah, see, now that's what I'm talking about. We're going to try to get these one-shot kills on these higher level characters and try to just power level it a little bit more, just so we can get to about... ideally, I'd like to get to 200, just because that's a nice round number. Well, the funny thing is, I don't really know that much about the crossbow perk tree. So we should probably take a look at that as well, because we want to see what we're actually going to be ending up taking. And where are the enemy? Oh, over there. Oh, okay. I actually thought they were over here for some reason, but yeah, it seems like they are not wanting to come to our position, so it's a little bit strange. Not sure why they're doing that, but yeah, you know, that's how it goes. Nice. Ooh, there we go. See, now, look at that. 3 skill points. 3 skill points just for that. Absolutely insane. Really, really nice. I'd love to see some more of that, please. Okay, now let me see if I can... There's no way. Not like that, that's for sure. There's no way that's going to hit. But we might be able to get something else. Ooh, okay, no. That was too low. I was aiming too low once again, you know. Generally, I do tend to aim quite low here. And that means that a lot of the time we end up hitting the enemy's mount, which is really not very useful. Well... It's okay, if you can eliminate the mount, that is. Nice hit. There we go. Look at that. Another 3 skill points in crossbow. Actually crazy. Okay, so, let's get these guys like so. Let's get them into a nice little loose formation. Just want to make sure that they're all in a decent position. And as you can see, we've kind of baited the opponent into coming over here, which is really, really good. And, yeah, for some reason I had it on lock right there. The actual aiming was pretty good, but then I basically just like jolted at the very end there. I don't know. That does tend to happen to be quite often. Okay, yeah, let's just see. There we go. Nice. Okay, a little bit too close for my liking though, so I should probably get back a little bit. Let's see if I can... Yeah. There we go. Okay, we hit that guy. Unfortunately, not a kill, but that's to be expected, of course. What? What is this guy actually doing? How dare you? How dare you, sir? Okay, well, my forces are absolutely destroying them, as you might expect, because they are literally running across the river, which is exactly the reason why I wanted to, you know, pitch our tent, as it were, on the other side. So that they could basically run into it. You know, run into a hail of bullets and explosions and all kinds of crazy, crazy things. And yeah, you can see here, we're actually leveling up our crossbow extremely nicely. And indeed, I am going to tell our forces to charge in here. There is no reason not to, as the enemy is actually now starting to use their own guns and things like that against us. Can I please reload? Oh, I've been trying to reload for the past 5 minutes, it feels like. Nice hit. There we go. There's 175. Perfect. All right, so now we just need another 25 to get to 200, and then we're going to be all good. Yeah, sometimes it's absolutely ridiculous how much the enemy can actually interrupt you when you're trying to reload. That's the reason why running away a little bit and having a bit more, you know, intelligence in your movements, which I don't have, but, you know, most of the time, yes, it might be an idea to get out of there, reload, and then come back. And, you know, you're going to reduce the amount of damage you take, too, at the same time. There it is. There's the victory for us. Not bad at all, if I do say so myself. 19 influence, pretty good. Let's take this guy prisoner. This guy I literally just came across randomly out in the middle of nowhere. I was kind of hoping that I'd be able to find someone, so that's kind of the reason why I was doing that to begin with. And I will take a couple of prisoners. I'm not a big fan, okay? Like I said before, I don't really like taking huge amounts of prisoners because it is going to slow us down dramatically. So let me actually just see for a real quick second here. No, the funny thing is, what's actually going on with the daggers and stuff like that? Because the daggers, as you can see, are worse in every single respect apart from cutting damage with these, you know, well, they're not supposedly higher tier, but for some reason my starter weapon is better than any of the other things that I've actually come across, which is a bit strange. I don't know why that would be the case, but yeah, anyway, this is where we currently are. I did see another vassal over in this direction. I'm not sure if I want to go in there yet. I would like to. As I said before, we do need about 37,000 to be able to buy the blunderbuss and the experimental ammo, but that's okay. We are going to make it there in the end. I just need to find some ooh, very good. Okay, wait a minute. Ooh, okay, I'm kind of wondering if we can even fight this guy. Can we even fight this guy? I have 128 days worth of food. I think that might be a little bit too much. Yeah, it is far and away too much, but well, let's just see what happens. Okay, so 175th crossbow perk, let's see. Yeah, okay, yeah, so you can reload any crossbow on horseback. Does that mean I can actually use the muskets and things like that on horseback? I'm going to assume that to be the case. So, you know what? Just because I kind of feel like maybe it would be kind of fun to, well, I mean, I'm going to buy a blunderbuss, which is available to be used on horseback anyway. So me taking this doesn't really make much sense. Yeah, no, it doesn't really make much sense. But I could you know what? I could respec. Okay, I could respec if I feel like I want to do that, because maybe there's going to be some amazing weapon that has, like, I don't know, 220 piercing damage, because there is actually a musket that does that much damage. And generally you could use that on horseback then. Let's take a look at 200. 100% more zoom with crossbows. Yeah, there are a bunch of those kinds of perks as far as I'm aware. Is there? No. Apparently just the 100% more zoom. I thought there was another one somewhere around here somewhere, but apparently not. And the other one is minus 50% accuracy penalty with crossbows while mounted. Well, that's clearly the better one, in my opinion. Because 100% more zoom usually just means that you're going to miss that much more often, just because they provide you with, you know, that kind of bolt drift. It's a little bit weird. Oh dear. Okay. Yeah, this might be a bit of a problem. As you can see, look at this guy. He's got 125. He has a bunch of musketeers. So this is going to be reliant on me actually doing damage in an efficient way. So I can't just run in there and die immediately. I have to do something adequate, right? We have to do something adequate. So let's... Ooh, this is actually a... You know what? This is actually a really, really good location. But unfortunately for me, I will have to move a little bit more illogically than I'd like. Because for me personally, I'd like to move on the other side of this lake and basically just allow the enemy forces to kind of either run through the lake, which I doubt they're going to do, but they could go around it as well, and in which case they're kind of restricted somewhat in regards to their ability to do damage. At least that's the idea. Okay, so let me see if I can use my bomb against this guy. Nice, there we go. He's out of there. I need more. I need more than that. I need to be able to kill... There we go. Okay, there's another one. Okay, what about these two? Nope, no such luck. Okay, only 24 damage. Okay, interesting. Nice. Okay, that is what we need. I'm just trying. I'm not sure if I'm actually wasting bombs right now. I probably am, actually, to be honest, because if we were to instead use our bombs against that massive, massive globule of units, that would be extremely effective. Okay, let me actually just move my forces a little bit further here. I kind of wanted to stay on top of this hill here, but unfortunately the enemy is going to be stubborn. They will be extremely, extremely stubborn about this, as you can see. They're just kind of waiting there. We could have gone to the top of this hill, potentially. But I think we... Yeah, no, this is good. No, this is good. Like I was about to say, I feel like we still have kind of like a nice height advantage, I guess, to a certain degree. And as you can see, our forces are absolutely slaughtering everything. Look at that. And we even have Iltas, because of course he does have a handgun now. And that handgun does a lot of damage. Nice hit. Okay, and don't get shot, don't get shot. I need to make sure I actually stay alive here, so I cannot really, you know, do what I want to do, which is to go up there and try to get some amazing kills with our bombs. That would be so fun, but unfortunately that's just not... Well, you know, it's just not really viable at the moment because I'm just going to get shot in the face and probably killed very, very quickly. There we go. There's one of the Lancers dead. And look at this. Okay, here we go. Here we go. We might have an opportunity to use the remaining bombs. Unfortunately, the enemy is spread out significantly. Wow. Okay, wait a minute. Okay, we're going to have to do something here. That was not what I intended. Okay, what about this? Oh, wow. Yeah, bombs are a little bit specific. You need to be quite specific with their use case. You can't just throw them and be like, oh yeah, I just got 20 kills. No, we have to be a little bit more, yeah, a little bit more choosy about how we do that. Oh, wow. Okay, yeah, I really do not want to die, so I am going to just be very, very careful here. And I'm just going to try and pick some off. If I can. I don't want to run along the line, because if I run along the line right now, despite the fact that it is probably going to get me a whole bunch extra kills, it is going to be much more dangerous. Okay, you know what? I'm going to do it. There we go. I should probably... Yep, there you go. There's the damage. Okay, that's what I thought. But yeah. Oh, no. I was kind of hoping I'd stay alive there, but no such luck. Okay, are my forces actually wanting to retreat? There's no way, right? I mean, we're kind of hearing the retreat sound for the opponent, so I'm kind of thinking, oh, no, never mind, there's the continuation. Okay, let's see if we can manage to achieve victory here. My forces should have this in the bag. As you can see, we have a significant numbers advantage already. We've eliminated a massive number of them, and I'm very much hoping that we'll be able to seal the deal. As you can see, the opponent is actually putting up a really, really good fight, but no, they did not have enough. There it is. So 19 renown, 29 influence. I kind of want to go with a different faction at this point, because the Southern Empire, despite the fact that they are obviously the first people to offer us any kind of deal, they are not really paying us that much, in my opinion. I mean, we're actually eliminating quite a significant number of enemy vassals. And I personally feel like maybe we deserve a little bit more than that. Alright, so I basically just went over here, tried to kind of recover a little bit, and I just recruited some more people, and now we're going to be going in against this guy. I haven't, unfortunately, been able to go to a town yet, so I haven't really been able to sell or anything, but my mercenary wages are taking care of a lot of the, well, a lot of the heavy lifting. Let's just say that. Alright, so this is where we're gonna... Whoa, hello. Okay, we got our cannons just firing off there. Whoa, okay, we're actually getting hit in retaliation. Looks like we're gonna have to move a little bit. I've got my bombs. Nice hit. Yeah, there we go. That's what I'm talking about. Okay, unfortunately, it doesn't... well, it's not actually killing a lot of them. Okay, wait. Here we go. We might get something here. Nice. That's exactly what I think we need to win. Because this guy's actually got some pretty decent guys, as far as I can tell. He's got a pretty good army. So we kind of need a little bit of extra bombage, as we like it. There we go. And I might be able to get to 250. Who knows? Maybe I can. But this is a really, really nice area for us to be in, because I can force the opponent into sort of like a close quarter situation with a lot of their troops, and this really makes a huge difference, because obviously bombs, as we know, are not exactly the most easy to use weapon, because yes, they have a pretty sizable area that they do damage in, but it's not that large. Like, sometimes you're just going to hit one person and it's going to be hilarious, because there's one other guy right next to that fellow, and then you're just like, oh, I only hit one person, that kind of thing. Nice hit. There we go. Oh, there we go. 3 skill points in crossbow. Love it. Okay, so the question is, can I hit someone from here? Yes, I can. There we go. Nice, nice, nice. Unfortunately, it was a novice, so we're not going to get a huge amount of experience from that. And there was a miss, of course. And there you go. There's another little bit of relation with this particular village. It's actually hilarious that we're consistently helping these guys. This is completely by mistake, by the way. It's not really me, attempting to do so. But yeah, anyway, I'm just going to try to shoot as many of these guys as I can while we have them run away. Nice. There we go. That's what I like to see as well. Cannoneer being eliminated, as we might be able to actually take them prisoner and then maybe convert them to our side. That would be pretty cool. Now, if I can just... no, just another novice. Okay, kind of unfortunate. I'm actually very much looking forward to the blunderbuss. I think we will be able to afford it very, very soon, actually. I think literally just in a couple of moments, actually. And indeed, let's have a look. Okay, tier 4s. Yes, we'll take the tier 4s. And then we'll take a look at what we have in the prisoner's hold here. There we go. That's all I'm going to take. As I said, I don't really want to go super hard on this too much. And we are just going to try to make sure that we can make it over there without having any issues. Because there is obviously an army here. There's an army, I think, following Debana as she runs back to friendly territory, which is fine with me. Now, let's just hope that... Oh, really? Someone managed to escape? Are you joking? That's absolutely terrible. Okay. Yeah, so as you can see, we do have quite a few people here, but unfortunately, the one guy managed to escape. But there you go. There's 8,500 for us right there, and we've now got 47,000, which is easily enough for us to get our hands on the blunderbuss. Now, I am going to be selling absolutely every single thing that I can here as well. That's going to get me... let's have a look. Another 11,000, 14,000 actually, 14,000. We do need to get rid of some of this grain though. We have way too much of it as it is. And there you go, there's 16,000 right there. Okay, so now let's go in to the armory and have a look and see if we can afford it. Where is it now? There it is. There is the blunderbuss right there. Okay, so... Yeah, I am correct in assuming that this is what we need. Yes, okay. The brown blunderbuss or the black one? I think that is literally just a color variation, which is quite funny because it has exactly the same stats. And one is 8,000 and the other is 12,000. I guess you do pay extra for black, don't you? When you want a color that is literally like, oh yes, you want red and black, or you want, yellow and black or something like that, usually you're going to pay extra for that, which is kind of funny. But anyway... Let's go for this experimental ammo. There we go. Yes. I'm very much looking forward to using this. Okay, so let's do that and this. And we'll obviously make sure that this is all locked away. And there it is. Okay, so we still have 24,000. Which is pretty nice, actually. Yeah. 25,000, actually. Anyway, let's go for some more musketeers here. And I'm gonna see if I can maybe run some more interference along here, because obviously we have Bannerlord there in an army. Debana is still running away from Arwa's party. Let's actually just see if we can maybe lend our assistance. I highly doubt it, to be honest. Yeah, no, it's not looking good. Let's just say that. It's not looking good. I mean, technically, I could go in there. What do they actually have? Because as far as I can tell, they don't seem to have that much. At least that's what I can see right here. They don't seem to have... They don't have 286. I think the list is bugged. I don't think the list is actually showing accurately what's going on there. Yeah, no, I'm going to just leave it for now. Because I would like to try out our blunderbuss in a situation that doesn't have us potentially losing... very, very quickly, because I may have to carry a bit more because of the precarious nature of being in a battle that dramatically against you in terms of numbers. So I will try, if I can, to encounter another one of these wonderful vassals. Alright, so before we go into this particular fight against Ukai, we're gonna go and see... Oh, the way I said that guy's name. He is literally so annoyed at me right now. Okay, yeah, anyway, point is, plus 25% travel speed to our thrown weapons, or you can pick up items from the ground. I said that very dramatically, but we're going to be taking travel speed because that's just fundamentally so much better in my opinion. And we're also going to be having an attribute point to spend, if you can believe it. Look at that, an attribute point and a focus point. I think it's probably a good idea for me to spec into endurance here. That's going to be the way to go. And we're otherwise going to be going in against Mr. Ukai. And we'll see what we can do. Now, did I actually get my hands on a horse archer? Yeah, apparently I did. Oh, look at that. Alright, so let's see. How are we going to do this? So the blunderbuss, we have the blunderbuss right here. We have a load more. Look at that, look at those cannons. Wow, that's amazing. Such a cool sight to see, actually. Really, really like that. Okay, so let's see what I can do. Okay, well, someone said that this was really, really fun. So, you know, thanks for that. Thank you. Or okay, no, don't run in and die there. Don't run in and die there. This is amazing. Okay. This is actually the kind of thing that I thought the bombs would do, but I completely understand the reasoning why they don't do that. Because, you know, yeah, well, whatever the case, look at how much damage we're doing. This is exactly the reason why I wanted to spec into endurance, by the way, because it's just insane. Okay, so here we go. Hopefully I'm not going to die here. Okay, there we go. Okay, I have 50 bullets of this. I have 50 shots. This is actually incredible. Wow, I can literally fire and it just... I don't even know. It bursts through them like no one's business. I don't even know. Okay, yeah, so let's just see if I can maybe do this. I want to try to eliminate, if I can, a lot of the enemy's cavalry. This is exactly the reason... You know what? We could have probably gone in. You know that? We could have gone in against that other fight and had a decent time, I feel like. We probably could have done a pretty good job. But that's the thing. How am I supposed to know? How am I supposed to know how good this is? I didn't know. So, yeah. Well, now we know it, right? Now we know it. Please don't shoot me. I'd like to stay alive for a little bit longer if at all possible. Thank you very much. So... Well, I'm just going to try and see if my forces can hopefully start doing something, because we've basically been the thing that's been killing a lot of the enemy so far. Nice damage, nice damage. Yes, we like it. Ooh, now, you know what I really want to do? I want to get my companions a blunderbuss and the experimental ammo. Can you imagine us having additional people with this weapon? I can imagine that it's going to be amazing. I think that that's going to be incredibly fun. Alright, so what we're going to do is we're going to have to be very careful here, because there's still 23 archers. We don't really want to go in there and basically be like, oh yes, I'm just going to kill myself by running into the musketeers. But yeah, I'm actually going to have to... Oh wow, yeah, I actually missed. That's unfortunate. Blunderbuss, of course, as you might expect, is kind of like a... Well, not really a shotgun, but kind of like that. So we just want to be a bit more choosy about how we do things, especially considering the fact that these enemies, as you can see, are very spread out. So it's a lot more difficult for us to make those hits. But I definitely want to get my hands on some more of these. That is going to be insanely fun. Look at that. They also penetrate by the looks of things. Like I said before, I feel like they do have some pretty great penetration values. And I mean, no offense, but everyone loves everyone loves a little bit of penetration, right? We've always got to love that. So I think that in general, when you see someone penetrating the enemy in a significant way, you kind of just go, wow, I want to do that, you know? And you too can do exactly what I'm doing right now. I'm basically triple penetrating huge amounts of these guys, which, no offense, I think is amazing. And I think that in general, I think you've got to do this. You know, you've got to do this. It's absolutely, it's just so fun. It is extremely, extremely fun. And you know what is even funnier? Generally, you could, if you were really, really dedicated to just earning money in the first portion of the game, you could technically go and just rush for this particular loadout. And if you rushed for this loadout and then decided to, I don't even know what you could do technically, because you have so many bullets and so many shots, you could theoretically go into battles by yourself or with a very, very small contingent of troops, and you could just power level your renown through that. You wouldn't need any people to sort of help you, as long as you had a decent-ish horse, and you had probably some good armor as well. You don't really want to go in there without any armor, right? So yeah, it would be that would be insane. I think that would probably be one of the best ways that you could gain renown levels, gain clan tier levels, and so on and so forth. And it would be very interesting to see, actually. It would be very interesting to see what you would be capable of doing in that scenario, because let's face it, as I said, a huge amount of penetration leads to a lot of happy faces. That's the point. Anyway, I'm thinking mounted patrols right here. I'm thinking mounted patrols. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. And we're also going to get Dauntless Steed, even though it doesn't really help me that much, actually. Because I don't actually have a significant amount of cavalry, which is kind of sad, but, you know, that's just how it is. Anyway, I am going to get Steady, like I said before, minus 50% accuracy penalty with crossbows while mounted, which is actually going to turn our blunderbuss into a bit of a laser beam. You know, it's going to be like, oh yeah, I'm good. I'm just going to aim this thing, and then immediately it's just going to go, you know, just straight at the opponent. And it might actually have, well, it might have even more devastating results, if you can believe it. Anyway, hammer bolts. Crossbows can now dismount. Okay, that sounds hilarious. 75% chance of blocking projectiles from behind with a shield on your back. That's obviously really good too, in my opinion. But we're going to take hammer bolts. Yes. That is amazing. Okay, so yeah, we've also got 2 perks. Shall I say not perks. We've got 2 focus points. Now, the question is, am I actually ever going to use a two-handed? Because it feels to me like I'm never ever going to get my hands on a two-handed. I don't know why, but let's just spec a couple of points into leadership here, and maybe another point into two-handed. I know, I should really get my hands on one. I don't know what I'm doing, really. I'm having so much fun with the firearms and things, which is indeed the point. That is the point of the mod, after all. But yeah, that is incredible. I am actually extreme. Oh, hello there, sir. Our next victim has arrived. Are you ready to be penetrated, sir? No, he apparently isn't. Well, I was going to give him a survey. I was going to say, hello there, sir. Would you fill out our survey about getting, well, I don't know, big loads on your face, I guess? I don't know, because to be honest, I am going to shoot him in the face if I can. I am definitely going to do that, because let's face it, this blunderbuss is amazing. I hope he doesn't go into the castle. No, he didn't. Why is he so fast? He actually managed to escape us. That is so sad. Alright, so we're going to try a little bit of vengeance. Yes, a little bit of vengeance back in this hideout that we failed to do previously. Because I got shot in the face. Yeah. I mean, it happens, you know? It happens, as we know. But yeah, hopefully I'll be able to level up my athletic skill quite nicely here, and we'll also be able to avoid getting seen by that guy. Ah, no, we got seen by that guy. Whew. Okay, that was a bit too close for my liking. That was way too close for my liking, but we're okay. We're still alive. So, let me see. Let me see if I can do something. It's going to be kind of harsh. Because, again, as I said before in the previous episode, I'm not actually going to use ult or anything like that. Because I want to have that additional challenge. And I believe that's it. Yes, look at that. The immersion of sneaking around in these places. That's also the thing that you'd experience with something like Elder Scrolls, which obviously, as I've mentioned before in previous episodes, or maybe in another series actually, I'm not entirely sure right now, but that's the kind of thing you experience when you play like a stealth character in those games, you know, especially, you know, kind of stealth archer stuff, you know. That kind of stuff is always, in my opinion, very immersive. Or at the very least, I always used to play Oblivion, right? Way back on the Xbox 360, if I recall correctly. And every single time I'd be like, yes, I'm going to play a stealth character, because it's always fun. It's always fun to do that. And despite the fact that, yeah, sure, it's a very overused thing now, it's always fun because you're constantly able to sneak around and everything, and you're like, yeah, I'm sneaking, no one can see me, I'm going into this guy's house, I'm gonna steal one of his cooking pots. I don't know, I'm not entirely sure what you do normally, but you know, generally those are the kinds of things that I would end up doing, just because I had the ability to do so, because it was a challenge. It was fun to do. It was fun to go into these people's houses and be like, oh yeah, actually, I'd like to see what you have in your chest of drawers next to your bed or whatever. You know, and yes, this wasn't the most effective or useful. Oh, I cannot believe I just got shot. Funnily enough, that does actually win you the battle, which is quite funny, actually, because, you know, obviously I did get myself eliminated, but we did actually win, technically, so I'm pretty happy with this, actually. I'm kind of... well, did I redeem myself? Yeah, a little bit of half and half, I suppose. A little bit of half and half, not too much. Okay, what do we got going on here? What is this? After the battle, one of your Azeran Pistoliers from your party approaches you. Dreamed of riding with your cavalry as an Azeran elite-mounted Janissary, he has taken the money, or shall we say he has the money to buy his own horse, and he certainly distinguished himself in the fight. You know, however, that this will go down badly with the highborn cavalry who prefer to mingle with their own class, but probably even more so with his comrades, who will think he scorns them. Alright, so the question is, what do we want to choose? Because, I mean, to be fair, most of these are not really gonna... I mean, this is probably the way to go, to be honest, because if you want to upgrade one of your Azeran Pistoliers into an elite-mounted Janissary, which I think is probably pretty good, we might as well do that. And it does increase our generosity rating, but it does reduce our morale a little bit, which is a little unfortunate, but, you know, that's how it goes, isn't it? But yeah, I actually want to get into another field battle, so I'm just going to look around for some more vassals.
Halt there. So...
hold there. So, who do I fight? He says. I'm not entirely sure why he sounds like that, but yeah. Is he trying to save Sanctuary in Diablo 3 or something like that? I don't know. Anyway, the point is, control skill is kind of what I'm thinking of right now, but I really shouldn't, because I already have 7 in it. So, I think what we'll do is we will do Vigor, despite the fact that I don't really use my melee weapon that much. I guess it is going to be a little bit more useful as time goes on here, maybe, because as I said, I am going to be returning to Sturgian territory. The funny thing is, I'm not entirely sure why I'm even in Azerai territory at the moment. With the, yeah, sure, okay, fine. You know the reason? I'm fighting, of course. That's the reason why we're doing it, as we want money. However, did I just throw a bomb? Yes, I did. I just threw a bomb randomly. Okay, yeah, well, thankfully it didn't go off. That's actually quite funny. Alright, so yeah, the point is, that's the reason why we're in Azerai territory. However, because the firearms armory doesn't have any two-handed weapons, because obviously the Azerai they don't really use two-handed that much, at least. Whoa. They have so many. Why do they have so many camels? They have so many camels. What is this? This is crazy. Come on out, reload. Nice. I need this. I need to kill these. I need to kill these like this. Extremely fast here. Otherwise, we're going to have some issues. Nice. That is what I'm talking about. Whew. Okay. I need to level the playing field. If we do not level the playing field right now, it is game over. Okay, here we go. Boom. Yeah. Not as good as I wanted, but, you know, decent-ish. We need to eliminate these guys. There we go. Okay, and the enemy is coming in from the side now as well. Oh, I killed the enemy vassal. Well, technically not killed, but he's been eliminated. Oh, okay, love it, love it, love it. Okay, yeah. So now I'm actually just going to tell my archers. I don't know which archers, but I'm going to tell archers to charge. Technically, the infantry are supposedly going to be charging now, and indeed, I am going to try and see if I can. Actually, these guys don't even need my assistance, really, do they? I'm just going to tell them to hold fire here. Well, not hold fire, but hold position a little bit. Okay, so the question is, what's actually going on here? Have we already achieved victory? We might have. I'm just going to take out those lancers, because I don't want those guys coming back in and doing some damage to our forces. That's not going to be good enough. Thank you very much. That's not nice. Let's just get them out of there. And, yeah, we're going to have to do something about these guys. Nice. There we go. There we go. Trying to leverage the penetration value, by the way. I'm trying to make it so that we can always penetrate multiple targets at once. Because otherwise, if we don't do that, we're going to have some issues, I think. Oh, nice. That was a great hit. Yeah, that guy had no idea. No, that is hilarious. Literally using a blunderbuss against one guy, it's literally like, I don't even know. It's like using, what, a bazooka against an ant, basically. But yeah, there you go. That is indeed what we are now very, very pleased with. Look at this. Because now I am... My bombs don't do anything, unfortunately. Okay, well, I can hopefully level up my one-handed somewhat. There we go, yes. I'm surprised that they're not actually just, like, retreating, because they technically should. Their leader is dead. They should be out of here in no time at all. Yeah, well, I'm just going to tell my forces to charge in. I assume they don't want to retreat until our forces actually charge at them or something like that. I don't know what's going on with that, to be honest, but that does seem to be a thing that happens. Because as you can see, there are two enemies at the edge of the battlefield, and they don't seem to be running away. A bit of a weird... There we go. Okay, now they've run. Okay, so we ended up losing 9, but look at that. 36 influence, 24 renown. And look at that. Massive amounts of leadership skill. That's kind of the reason why I also wanted to get leadership skill and get more focus points in it. Because it is good. Don't get me wrong. You know, I think leadership skill is actually one of the better perk trees. But, you know, it very much depends, obviously. Very much depends on what you're really going for. But... yeah, we don't have enough space to take all these prisoners, unfortunately, but, you know, I'm not upset by that at all, because we are in a great situation right now. We are having a whale of a time, especially with these wonderful, with this wonderful blunderbuss, to be honest. It's so fun to use. It is extremely, extremely fun to use. Okay, so Iltas, he needs some more stuff, so I'm going to give him this. He needs some gloves. I don't know why we don't have any gloves for him. Let's give him this. Better boots. And I'm going to need to... Yeah, he's using a hand cannon right now, and he is actually doing a pretty good job with it, by the way. He's actually hitting people with it. However, I feel like we could do better. I feel like we could do better for him. What do you think? I think we could do better. So I think what I'll do is, if we do have enough, because I only need 37,000, which I have now. I have 40,000. So technically what I could do is I could buy another blunderbuss, and I could literally do the same thing again. And basically just give him my weapon, pretty much. Just give him my weapon and then just see what happens. Because I'm going to assume that if a companion has this, they're going to be, well, probably not that useful. But they might. You never know. I mean, they might actually prove themselves to be extremely damaging, which would be super funny to see. And I actually feel like we might want to do that. But I actually would love... You know what I'd love to see? I'd love to see a rebellion. That's something that I didn't mention beforehand, but when I was here at Hussenvolk, the loyalty, as you can see, the loyalty is extremely low. Look at it, 6.5. It is at 6.5. A rebellion is imminent. So the question is, if a rebellion happens, do you think I should go in and attempt to create our own faction? The problem is, I don't know whether we have enough to be able to do that. 20% chance of increasing the siege bombardment casualties per hit by 1. That, okay. For me personally, I feel like this is a very niche little thing that could potentially be devastatingly good. A 20% chance, though, is very, very low and kind of unfortunate. But, yeah, well, you know, can't do much about that right now. So, yeah, we don't have an engineer either, technically. Iltas is an engineer. Well, he has 95, but he's got so much more steward skill, so... But I think that's actually going to be it for this episode, as we are... Yeah, look at this. He's got 200 medicine skill. No, he's actually our medic, not our steward. The other guy's the steward. But yeah, this guy is literally insane because he's got 200 medicine skill, and he is going to do really, really nicely here. I kind of feel a bit sad that he's not leveling up because he is level 18 already, and I would love to get him more points in crossbows, but unfortunately he's not doing that. So what I might do is I might try to respec some of his focus points if I can make that work. Maybe I won't be able to do it, who knows. But look at what he actually has. He's got leadership skill, trade skill, tactics, smithing, you know, all this stuff is basically just useless. So it would be really, really nice if we could get our hands on a couple more focus points and just respec, take those other ones and put them where we want them, which is the crossbow. And it would be, yeah, I really want to get him a blunderbuss. So I think that's what I'll do. So in the next episode, let's cross our fingers and hope that Hussein Falk actually does rebel. It looks like it might. And in which case, we are going to be in a great position to take it. Because as far as I'm aware, yeah, as you can see, there's only 169 people there. I should theoretically be able to take that relatively simply, especially now that I have a blunderbuss available. Can you imagine what this thing's going to do in a siege? I'm very much looking forward to that. I thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.